Alright guys, welcome back to my studio again, and I am here with you guys for a review. I've been wanting to review this truck for a while. I've had it for maybe close to a year now, and I haven't really done that much with it, but it's a fun truck, so I decided to share it with you guys. This is my Team Associated SC28 1/28 scale ready to run 2-wheel drive brushed short course truck. I got the Lucas Oil edition. Why? Well, that's simply just because that's the only one that they had. It was the first gen, so yeah. So this is the car. It's pretty sweet. It is a bit dirty. You probably can't see it on camera, but this thing is really filthy. I had taken it outside, and I just did not clean it. So I wanted to go over a few good points and a few bad points on this truck. So let's start out with them. Alright, so I've got the body shell off now. You can see now more of the filth on this thing. This thing is a pretty awesome truck, but I'm going to start out with the minuses, and then I'll end the video with the good stuff. Hope you enjoy this. So, one minus is, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but look at how much slop there is in the steering. That's like just crazy. I mean, it is built like a HP IQ32, but still, that kind of slop does affect the driving. Sometimes it doesn't want to track straight. And also, those pins right there, those tend to want to pop out. I actually had one come out all the way one time, and I had to go get it. And those pins, I don't know if there's a fix for them, but they like to threaten to come out and get lost when you're driving. And if you're like me and you bash your RC cars real hard, you might actually end up losing one of those, and you'll have to get yourself a hardware kit. I've been lucky enough with mine that I have not lost anything, but it's certainly something that could happen. So that's another minus point. Another minus point. Front suspension. No springs. It's just like these bendy arm things. Like, I mean, I guess it is a $50 short course truck, but still. I kind of would expect a bit more from Team Associated especially. I'm hoping that they're going to release a 4-wheel drive version of this someday, because I would definitely buy it if they did. So that's another minus point. There's not really any other minus points that I really can tell, apart from my controller, the steering wheel, decided to get squeaky one day. So I just kind of had to deal with that squeak, squeak, squeak. Don't know if you guys ever had that happen with yours, but in about a year, I guarantee you guys it will happen. So those are the minus points. So what's the good points? Well, these tires are very, very, very grippy. They're actually made out of quite a hard compound, but the tread pattern and all of that, they all go together real good, and it makes it grip so good on carpet. And also concrete, not the polished concrete, but the outdoor sidewalk stuff. Polished concrete or asphalt, they kind of grip a little bit, but when you hit the brakes, the thing will just kind of spin out, and then you hit something. But that's a plus. Rear suspension does have springs, and due to the springs being very light, it does make it have a scale effect when you're driving around. So when you like accelerate on the throttle and you're in the dirt, it'll like just compress the back end down, front end will come up, and you're blasting down. Like, I mean, let's face it, this truck isn't that fast, but it has enough power just to spin the tires in the dirt a little bit, and that's basically kind of what makes this thing fun. Is it's a scale short course truck, and it looks like it's just driving through like desert sand almost. I don't know if you saw the video before this one, but I did take this thing in the garden and threw some sand around, and it was a lot of fun. So this thing is off-road capable. I would say hard pack mulch it probably does the best. Like sandy silt or dirt, I would recommend running it on. It doesn't get actually damaged. It does attract quite a bit of dirt in the rear gearbox though. I think I might have some bits of sand in there in between my gears, but then again, this thing, I wouldn't expect it to be dust proof, especially for a $50 truck. And another plus point, well, this body shell is 100% scale. This looks just like the Lucas Oil Racing Edition from Carl Renezetter, or Renezetter? I don't know, guys. You comment below, tell me. I may be saying it wrong. But it's got the RC10 headlights. It looks just like the SC10. And so if you have one, I would recommend picking one of these up just because then you can have a mini-me. But that's another plus point, body shell. And also, it's hard as nails. Not to make you cringe, this thing is hard as nails. It'll survive pretty much anything. So, that's the plus points on this car. Now I'll get into detail about my driving experience with this truck. Alright, now for my driving experience with this truck. So, on carpet, when I first unboxed the thing, I plugged it in right away, used the batteries that came with the controller, charged it up, but I ended up not being able to use it that day because I was so excited. I was running down the hallway, whacked my elbow on a door, and it got bruised very badly. So I ended up not being able to hold the controller till the next day, when it started to feel a bit better. But the next day I ran it, no body on. Why? Well, people said the thing's really fast without the body on, and I do admit it is at least like 20 or 30% faster without the body on. Just because the body's made out of like some really thick Lexan hard plastic sort of material. But the thing just, it was fast enough to do some decent sized jumps. I made some few cardboard ramps, and I had a plastic ramp from like a tech deck or something, and it just launched and it landed and I was satisfied. But the driving experience, very good. Handling, very good. I do actually really like the idea that it includes a servo. I know a lot of cars at this price point don't include servos, which can be a bit annoying because then you have pretty much all or nothing steering, or if it's not all or nothing, you're turning in increments that are bigger than you kind of want. But this thing has a fully proportional servo and throttle. In reverse, I have to say, in reverse this thing could be a little bit faster and have a little bit more power. I don't know why, maybe it was just the one that I got, but in reverse, this thing felt like it had zero power. Like, on carpet, it barely wanted to move. So, reverse gear, I would say, improve that a bit, Team Associated. But that's my driving experience. This thing lands like a champ. I was kind of airing this thing out a little bit more than it probably should have been, but nonetheless, it was a lot of fun, so that's what the hobby's all about, right? So that's my driving experience. Please check out my bits of footage that I have in previous videos on my channel. There's already run videos up, so I'm not going to stick any driving footage in this video. Please check out my channel, comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time.